Welcome. Let me paint a picture and tell me if this sounds familiar. It's late at night. You're lying in bed. Your phone is in your hand. You're scrolling through videos about investing, business, trading, real estate, maybe even crypto. You know you should be doing something with your money. You know you're capable of more. You've even done the math in your head. If I just made an extra $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, my life would be completely different. But then, nothing happens. You don't take the step. You don't start. You don't invest. You don't change jobs. You don't take the risk. And instead, your brain hits you with the same excuses on repeat. What if I fail? What if I lose money? What if I look stupid? What if I mess up and can't recover? So you stay exactly where you are, and not because you want to, but because fear quietly took control. And here's the thing most people don't want to admit. Fear is not protecting your money. Fear is draining it. If that hit close to home, good. Because today we're going to talk about the one mental skill that, once you master it, fear completely loses its power over your financial life. Introduction. My name is Miguel, and I spend some time thinking about fears and how I can remove those fears. If you're someone who wants to remove fear and become successful financially, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. And look, I'm not here to sell you motivation or hype. I'm here to explain why fear controls your financial decisions, how it's wired into your brain, and, most importantly, how to take that control back using a mental skill almost nobody teaches. Challenging a common financial lie. Here's what most people don't realize. We are taught that financial success is about intelligence. People think, I'm bad at math. Because according to the OECD, over 60% of adults worldwide fail basic financial literacy tests, yet many financially successful people also fail them. Meanwhile, a University of Chicago study found that emotional decision-making explains more financial mistakes than lack of knowledge. Translation? Your fear matters more than your IQ. And this is where it gets really interesting. The real enemy, fear disguised as logic. Fear doesn't show up yelling. Fear whispers. It pretends to be logic. It says things like, wait until you're more prepared. Now isn't the right time. Play it safe. Don't rush. But let's be honest. How long have you been preparing? Months? Years? According to a Federal Reserve report, nearly 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency, not because they're lazy, but because they avoid decisions that feel risky. Fear convinces you that doing nothing is safe. But mathematically? Doing nothing is one of the most expensive decisions you can make. The math of fear. Let me show you something real quick. If you invested $300 per month starting at age 25 with an average 7% annual return, by age 65 you'd have over $750,000. If you wait just 10 years because you're not ready, that number drops to around $350,000. Same effort. Same money. Same strategy. The difference? Fear delayed action. Fear cost you over $400,000. And that's just one example. The psychology behind mental blockages. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Miguel, but fear is normal. It's human. You're right. Fear exists for a reason. Your brain is wired to avoid loss, not to maximize gains. According to behavioral economics, humans feel losses twice as intensely as gains of the same size. Losing $100 hurts about 2x more than gaining $100 feels good. Like life or death situations. Even when they're not. So fear hijacks logic. The one mental skill that breaks fear. So what's the skill? It's not confidence. It's not motivation. It's not positive thinking. The skill is this: probabilistic thinking instead of emotional thinking. Here's what most people don't realize. Fear speaks in absolutes. I'll fail. I'll lose everything. This won't work. Successful people think in probabilities. What's the likely outcome? What's the worst realistic case? What's the upside versus downside? Fear collapses possibilities into catastrophe. Probabilistic thinking reopens reality. A simple analogy. Think of fear like a smoke alarm. A smoke alarm is useful until it goes off every time you make toast. Most people let their fear alarm run their entire financial life. They don't ask, is there actually a fire? They just panic. The mental skill is learning to check the room before reacting. Actionable step number 1, fear deconstruction. Next time fear hits, do this. Grab a pen. Not your phone. A pen. Write 3 things. 1. What exactly am I afraid of? 2. What is the worst realistic outcome, not imaginary, realistic? 3. How would I recover if that happened? Here's the shocking part. Over 90% of fears collapse on paper. They survive in your head. They die in daylight. Actionable step number 2, micro-exposure. Fear shrinks when you expose it to small controlled risks. You don't go all in. You go 1 inch forward. Invest a small amount. Start the side project quietly. Learn with real money, not theory. According to psychological exposure research, gradual exposure reduces fear responses by up to 60% over time. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after. Actionable step number 3, shift your question. Instead of asking, what if this fails? Ask, what will happen if I don't act for the next 5 years? That question terrifies fear, because fear thrives on short-term comfort, not long-term consequences. The truth about successful people. Here's what most people don't realize. Successful people are not fearless. They're just fear literate. They understand fear. They factor it in. Then they move anyway. Fear never disappears. It just stops being the decision maker. I'll leave you with this. Every major regret people report later in life isn't about what they tried and failed at. It's about what they never attempted. Fear doesn't ruin lives loudly. It ruins them quietly, month by month, through hesitation. Look, you don't need more information. You need control over your fear response. Once you master probabilistic thinking, fear loses leverage. And when fear loses leverage, your money, your time, and your future finally belong to you. If this video helped shift your perspective even a little, hit the like button. It tells YouTube this message matters. Subscribe if you want more real conversations about money, mindset, and building a life that doesn't require permission. And remember, fear is loud. Math is quiet. Learn to listen to the right one. I'll see you in the next video.